Welcome back, friends, followers, and transients, to another episode of Ostriv with me, Vapor, and we're going to take a look at the patch 4. I'm still slightly deaf in one ear, so this is going to be interesting. For those of you that don't know, I had a pretty nasty ear infection for pretty much the last week now, so that's why there's been no videos, but I'm kind of feeling a little bit more human. Just hardly any pain left. So I feel, in a position to do this, and this is why I've not covered this patch to this point. It's not much, in all fairness, so I'm going to scoot through it pretty quickly, and we're gonna place one of the new buildings. I suppose the main thing that's been added is the warehouse. So the warehouse is for storing non-food items. I believe it can only store 4 items at this stage, and there's probably only about 4 items anyway that are non-food. Although, I mean, I've not built one yet, and I've not really researched it. Do clothes go into the granary? Probably not. So I suppose you've got clothes, shoes. I suppose would you put wood, firewood in there? Maybe not, because it's usually stored over here. So I guess at this stage, it's probably very fit for purpose. Then when we move on to the trade post, at the moment, if I want to add more, I click this little plus here, and it adds 1 at a time, which is, fairly useful. I can't click in here to change the number, so, if I wanted to put 200 in there, I'd be clicking for a little while. But now, if you hold the shift key and click the plus, you'll see it goes up by 10. So that is a nice little feature there. That's quite useful, and it will be once we get to a point of producing lots of stuff. So for me, there's a very much a quality of life implementation, yes, that's the word I'm looking for. See, my brain still isn't firing on all cylinders, unfortunately. I wouldn't call it a game changer, but it's certainly a valuable thing to have. Also, not that I've ever had an issue with it. At the moment, you see when we start building things, they queue up along the top here. Before this patch, if I say was building 10 things, it would probably end about here and you couldn't see the menu. But now this scales and gets smaller depending on what you're building. So for example, if I whack down a couple of houses, let me pause the game so it should still would help. If is it the shift key, because it's been a while? Yes, the shift key. There we go. As you can see now, what will happen now is I think the next one I click, they will all reduce in size, or maybe the one after. Yep, there we go, they all shrunk. So they're not blocking the information up the top, which is fantastic. Another quality of life, without a shadow of a doubt. It's not, again, not a game changer. Slightly annoying thing. So I would glance that more as a bug fix as well. Demolish, demolish, demolish. Okay, for some reason those ones don't want to demolish straight away. Okay, that's a little bit bizarre. You... No, we want you, don't we? We want to keep you. Okay, they're the ones I were building before. I wonder... now, some of the changes won't work in this save as well. That's something I need to mention. Yeah, still can't demolish that. Slightly annoying. Although I'm not sure if that will work if I start it again. So it's just one of those things. What else? The cow shed, I believe. Cow shed workers now also move hay from the dryers to the barracks. So we got the dryers down here. They will now move the hay from here to here. In fact, somebody's doing that right now. Do you work in the cow shed? I think you probably do. You do. There we go. So we actually got to see that in action. That was good timing. I believe there's something to do with the amount of water they take in here as well. I think they take a whole water now instead of like a point something. Although, is that number going up by point? Oh no, it's going down. Yeah, but this number here is going up by 1 every time. So they carry a whole bucket of water every time, which I guess makes a little bit more sense, because I know the game is very kind of sexist in a sense, because it's said in the past and that's how things were. So women couldn't carry heavy things, or not much of it, but I'm pretty sure a woman can carry a bucket of water, so that does make a lot of sense. You can also now set hire options and wages for each building. So you have a little tab here. So we got hire men, hire women, wages 100%, and the same for labourers. So you can actually change whether or not you want men or women working in a specific building and how much you want to pay them, which I guess if you're trying to control your budget because you're having issues, it makes a lot of sense. But I think I could probably turn my markets now to not hire men, because I don't want men working in the market. I don't mind them being labourers, But I certainly don't see. This is a man, definitely, unless it's a very hairy-faced woman. That is a man, and so is this. So we'd rather, if we change these, and I'm hoping this will work. It may not work because we are currently using an older save, but with any luck they will change around. We've got a couple over here as well, because men are obviously more versatile. They can do pretty much every job in the game, so this makes sense, and it should solve potentially some of my issues. Well, that's weird. That's the least amount of vacancies I've ever seen. So 1 vacancy and nobody looking for a job. Wow, how unusual. That's usually like 20 or 30 something, so I wonder if that's been fixed. Let me have a quick scroll through the things that have been fixed. So save file names used seconds instead of minutes. Okay, so he's changed that. Incorrect rounding in production limits. Not too sure what that is. Water was supplied to the cowshed by 0.1 instead of 1. Yeah, that's been done. Increased the amount of stored hay and water as well. That's cool. Couldn't add 8 slots to trading posts. Well, I've never got to that point, so I guess I wouldn't have even noticed that. Fishing docks sometimes created inaccessible areas around them. I wonder if that's something to do with that weird white line that we used to get across here. And glitches on the building graph, which will be if we have something being built, this thing here. And it just says some problems may still persist in old saves but won't appear again. So this is an old save, so potentially we could still kind of experience some of the issues. But that's really weird. I'm really not used to seeing so little vacancies. So maybe something has been fixed there, and he's not commented on it. So we have 1. This is definitely working a little bit better. Let me speed the game up. So we're looking for 1 man at the moment. So everybody's employed. Are these still men? They are. So clearly that's not worked. So maybe this feature doesn't work until I reset my save, or maybe once they go elsewhere. We had a trader, didn't we? So let's have a look at that. Sunflower oil and sunflower. So we have some of that, don't we? Oh, we don't. So let's not get too excited about that. But that pretty much covers everything that is in the most recent updates. Apart from, because we've not built it yet, the warehouse. Now that makes sense for me to build that somewhere here, because I'm guessing it's the things that these buildings produce that will be going into the warehouse. And it's not a huge building when you actually look at it. Is this the granary? Oh, this is the tannery. The tannery is actually bigger than the warehouse. In fact, it's a very small building. Where's the granary? The granary is twice the size. So it's interesting why it's so small. But, you know, we have one now. I'm not going to complain. And it'll probably fit in here quite nicely. So we can line that up. Wonderful. We'll have a nice little path going through here. So we are currently in winter. You're going to have to forgive me. It's been over a week since I played, so I need to figure out, oh, we still got the cow in the field, what we're actually up to. So we have nobody working on any of this. Is anybody looking for a job? No. I don't understand that. There's usually loads of vacancies. Super strange. What are we doing next season? Okay, we're going to do some wheat in there, some hemp. Okay, we can probably change this around a little bit. So just let me refresh my memory what all these things need. It's not really good enough for you, so we'll leave you fallow. Now these fields were going to be for materials that we're actually going to use to produce things more than anything else, weren't they? Hemp. We could probably get away with some hemp in that field. And you... suppose we could go with some sunflower, because the field is going to get ploughed, so it might be enough. You can definitely be sunflower. Did I only put 4 fields? I did. You are fine, so you can be potatoes. And you can be... Can you still be potatoes? You can. Okay. You can be fallow. And yourself can be... What can you be? Can you be wheat? You can. You can stay wheat as well. And you... Yeah, we'll sneak some potatoes in there. Noble Rambler pointed out, I think it might have been the last episode, I was mentioning that we're using an awful lot of potatoes. I know we keep 20 in here, but the numbers seem to be dropping really quick. And he mentioned the fact that maybe it's because I didn't have as much fish. So when we're looking at the markets, I didn't really have much in the way of fish, and it is purely potatoes. We're literally surviving on potatoes and the odd bit of flour. So that is probably where my problem is. So we're draining our potatoes very, very quickly. So maybe it's time to have another fishing dock. I mean, don't get me wrong, I could produce more potatoes or more flour. We've got 2 people working in here. How much? We got 31.4 wheat, so it actually could be a good idea to have another windmill. Thing is, I don't necessarily need it. They will probably work through that before the next batch of wheat comes in. But when we're thinking about how quick we want these things to happen, maybe it makes sense to have one. Now, I could put one over here, but I think we'll keep everything in this same sort of area. We have a well here. I think I was going to put a fence around there. So let's plop you somewhere here. Hopefully we'll have some people to work on you. We got a lot of labourers here. What are they waiting for? Waiting wood and clay. Have we got no one working in here? Shocking. Although we do have the materials. Let's get everyone working in there. What else have we got going on? We don't need you in there. You can go and find yourself another job, sir. And we need to order some carts, so we'll do that. So that means we need at least one person in there, so we'll whack you in that building. Oh, we're playing quite slow. I wondered why things are happening so slowly, but I guess that answers my question. There we go. Everything is working quite nicely. I can't wait for more ambient sounds. I mean, I would settle for some like howling wind. Not too much, but just something for the winter. Because at the moment you get like the birds tweeting, and you get like the frogs and stuff down this sort of area in the summer. But it's super quiet in the winter. It just needs something. Just a little bit of something. How are we getting on? Oh, there we go. So we have quite a few vacancies now. Is that going to mean that some of these reshuffle? No, it's still men. That's got nothing in there at all. As long as we don't run out of food, I think that could be a potential worry at this stage. Potatoes 17.1. Where's the flour? We've got no flour. Although we got our reserves here, we can always rip those out of there if we need them. Okay, so we got some work going on down here. Oh, lovely sounds. I did notice that I could actually change the sound files for the game if I wanted to, because they're just in the directory. And I was almost contemplating changing the birds to a repetitive music track, but then I realised in winter you wouldn't hear it, just because I'm being slightly lazy when it comes to editing. But yeah, we won't mess around. Here we go. We still got a little bit of hay on these. We've got plenty of hay. I don't think we're actually going to need... Can I turn these off? I can stop it from hiring. Well, we'll leave it going. I don't think it's really doing any harm. So we're now working on our warehouse. Interesting how they've not... thatch. Have we got no thatch? Oh, we do have a little bit. We do need someone working in here. We need to get ready for some fishermen in here. How are we doing for firewood and stuff? Okay, we're actually still over the limit, aren't we? Interesting. So the only thing they're going to do, I would assume, is get logs. So they're going to carry that back, which says awaiting 1, yep. Are they going to do anything with it? No. So these 3 can go and do something else. Which means we can assign... Oh, we got someone in there, so you're going to make the carts. I think we definitely will have another fisherman sort of area. What do they call it? A fishing dock. Maybe here. We've got the fields being ploughed. Awesome. We still got our one lowly cow over here. I'm a little bit unsure what's going on with this cow. It's just a petrified cow. It's just frozen in time. So we've got cows in here. We've got 2 cow sheds, haven't we? Yeah. Are they all using the same... We only got 1 fallow field. I don't know, this one's fallow as well. I guess they're all using the same one, which is fine. So how are we doing for resources? We got some hay in here. We've got quite a bit of wheat. Once this is up and running, we should make quite a bit more flour. We got plenty of sunflower. Don't really need to assign anyone in these buildings straight away. We've got the resources coming through. Did I not build another granary over here? I'm guessing not. So we're just relying on the one. But we can build up the resources and then we can just have a splurge and get these guys working super quickly for us. I think we're doing fine. The only thing about ploughing is it kind of means that you don't sow your fields as quickly. I mean, it needs to be done. So you are attached to... Well, actually, we'll click this one because this one's going to get done first. Let's watch and see. There we go, hiring. Do we have anyone available? Oh, we got a couple of people. Plus the 2 people that will have been working the farm as well, unless one of them comes to take the plough onto the next field, which I'd kind of like. Right, they're all going to... Right, so the best thing for me to do right now is to pause you. Pause you. We've got some people moving in. I can hear the horse. There they are. We'll take you out there for a second. Take you out there for a second as well. We'll leave the 3 fishermen. We won't touch those guys. Just to give us a couple of extra pairs of hands. There we go. So everyone's working in this farm, it seems. Are we still employing men in there? So that's clearly not working. We have a new path being walked through here as well. That's interesting. Not too sure why they're taking that route. Maybe it's to get to the bench. Pass. Right, here we go. You are growing. Awesome. Yeah, everyone's gone into that. Wow, all those people. So they're going to quickly sow that one. This is... It almost feels like it's working a little bit better, if you ask me. Like, the way the game is assigning people. I mean, how many vacancies? There's only 10. I mean, that looks a little bit strange to me. But maybe it has been refined. But, I mean, the people are jumping about to the jobs that are needed a lot quicker. It feels that way. So you are sowed. You are waiting to be done. But this one is almost finished. Just a few more bits. I need to put a couple of benches around here, I think. I don't think we have any. No. So that's something I need to do. I'll do that in a second. I'm just interested to watch. Right, you guys have almost done that. Right, that's finished. This one is being sowed. Yeah, wow, look at all the people. It literally is pulling everybody in. Awesome. So we'll leave the game running fast while that happens. And if I can remember how to rotate. Ah, there it is. I look down at my fingers hoping that I'll get some inspiration. What keys on the keyboard are going to make this happen for us? There we go. Shift? No. I thought it was shift. Or was it control? Control. Yeah, I clearly have a lack of... Oh, that didn't work. And put you there. Nice. They're going at really awkward angles. I really hate it when they do that. I mean, there is ways of stopping them doing it. And we have a visitor from here. You want wheat and shoes, and we don't have either of those, I don't believe. I certainly won't be giving you wheat. We've got cloves coming in here. Potato, sunflower oil. Okay, they're still there. We don't need to make the money, though. Are we still making a profit? So we made a slight loss last year with no exports whatsoever. So that's not too bad. This year... in April, we're making a slight loss, but it's kind of going up and down, as you can see. Like, this is not too bad. This is what I want it to do without me trading. I don't want to be losing, but I don't want to be gaining too much. I want it to be kind of like an even keel, which means when I want to make some money, I can just trade. At this point in time, I don't really need to. You're ready. You are ready. You're ready. You are as well. You're being sown. You're going to get sown really quick. It's quite a few people. Oh, famous last words. You say it, they stop doing it. You're ready to go as well. Are you done? Yep. Yep. What's that? And you're staying fallow, so that's cool. So this farm is done with everybody that it needs to do with. So we're just waiting for this one. So I guess we have our 3 fishermen. We can... Well, we can go up to 20 on that. So let's just grab a couple of people to get that going again. Nails, we still got a lot, but we've almost run out of iron now. That is something we do need to trade for. Okay, Okay, we'll let them do that, I think. That one cow standing there. It's really strange. I wish I could find out what cow it was and just send it to be slaughtered. At least it'd get rid of it. Okay, all our fields are now sown, are the ones that are going to need to be sown. I've unpaused the warehouse and the windmill. I don't want to put any more houses in just yet. I want to keep an eye on my food, because potatoes are dropping pretty quickly. I think the next thing we will do is put another fishing dock. I think somewhere here would look quite nice. Let's drop one in there, uneven. Come on, play nicely. Maybe here, because that market could grab them pretty easily, which means then we need the 3 boats. So we'll have to assign someone in there at some point. But yeah, let's kind of get the food into a more comfortable position. We have 8 cows in there. We have 7 in there. I think we can start slaughtering a couple of cows a year. I'm tempted to put another cow shed in, because it only takes like a couple of women to actually get this up and running. Let me again turn the higher men off in here, I think. I'm not too sure if that's working for us. I mean, I'd like to think it would be, but yeah, I guess we'll find out eventually. Because if we've got several of the cow sheds, we'll be able to slaughter a few cows every year, and I don't really know how much of the meat they will use or how quickly they will use it, but it's good to know. So we got 14 vacancies for men currently, nothing for women. Does that mean everybody's employed? Let me just have a quick look. So we have the father unemployed there, maybe to switch in jobs. So it does look to me, for the most part, I've got a couple. Oh, they're going to have some issues soon. They're both not working. I wonder why not. There's got to be some labourers needed, at least so a man can actually get involved there. Yeah, we can't change who builds anything. Interesting. But it's all going quite well. I mean, food is my immediate concern. I still don't think they gather fish quickly enough. Is fish going in here at any point? No. We have 0.4 of a fish in there. 0.1. Okay, so I suppose technically fish is actually coming in quicker than maybe I'm realising it. And I guess also when I'm looking at food, I'm looking at here. So we got 11.6. What does it say up here? So this is only... this is interesting. Let me pause the game. So in my granary, I've got 11.6 potatoes. So when I look up here, so total stored resources, 11.6 potatoes. So that's literally counting what's in my granary. There's nothing in the farm, that's fine. But it's not counting the potato that I have in each of my markets, as you can see. There's probably about another 10 potato. Maybe a little bit more, because that's almost 2, 4. I know I'm rounding up here a little bit. Let's call that 5. That should even that out. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's about another 10 potato. Plus, I mean, I wouldn't want it to count the potato that was in here anyway, because that's in here for the intention of sending away. But I'm not sure whether I'd want it to include what's in my markets. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. I'm interested, because I'm using this menu to let me know at this stage if I'm in trouble with anything. And I kind of look at that and think I am, but really I've got twice as much potato as the game is actually telling me, which is a little bit frightening in a sense, because I could be panicking for nothing. Although you could class it as an early warning system, I suppose. But yeah, if you've made it this far into the video, let me know what you think of that in the comments. I'd be quite interested. But I'm going to leave this episode right here. Thank you very much for watching. But until next time, as always, take care.